Hey, welcome guys. It's a new season of North American Online League. We're at our 21st season already. The organizers have done a tremendous job here. This was one of the most successful online leagues I have ever seen. Okay, here is the email that we get, and here is us. We're always the 7 to 8 p.m. slot. We have ourselves three very interesting games today. So let's take a look. The first game is our organizer himself, Milan. First, let's all take a moment to thank Milan for his efforts and organization skills. Alright, let's disable the AI review. So you guys don't get blinded. We may take a look once through the AI scores at the end. So Milan is playing Struggle Bus. Struggle Bus is Gabe Schwartz. And oh my, the unconventional openings at the 7-5 point. Each one of these unconventional moves, guys, for reference, loses about 1 point in the So if you guys are fine with that, totally okay to play however you guys like. So 1 point, like this E17. Well, E17 doesn't lose 1 point, but if you don't play the 3-4 next, you do lose a point. So it's white gives it right back. So it's no problem. Okay, no problems. Black plays the 3-4 point in the corner. Everything sort of balances out or mellows out, and seems like a pretty reasonably even game at this moment. Good. White plays this. So the Joseki, one is here, one is one space further, and one is right here. If you do play so tight and so compact, the next move you have to have a attacking offensive plan. Otherwise, you're leaving some efficiency on the table. You're leaving some development on the table. It does not look like white has any particularly strong attacks coming up. So, as expected, black tenukis. If white pushes in, okay, good. White does not make any offensive push attacks, which is a good thing. But if white played M3 earlier, usually we're expecting white to have some very concrete offensive moves. In this case, just extend back and just treat the two stones lightly, and it's all good for black. And so it's right for white to not do the push and cuts and things like that. I think this means white's M3 move could be much further out for more efficiency. Anyways, so overall in the game, I expect this to be dead even to 1 or 2 points better for black at this moment. Interesting. This is a very interesting shoulder hit move. In the modern game, we have learned that the shoulder hit move is almost never a bad move. However, if there is an exception to that rule, that general thing, it would be here. And that's because the shoulder hit move usually engenders a lot of exchanges. And once these move by move exchanges happen, both sides will gain a lot of strength in the local fight. And if both sides gain strength with such a weak and lonely white stone, white is much more happy than black is. The extra bit of strength is much more valuable for white than it is for black. That's why the typical attacking moves are one space pincer if you can. If you can't pincer, then a one space sort of like a push kind of thing. And the attach and the shoulder hit are both not common attacking moves. So That's my 2 cents on the attacking moves. Let's see what black's plan is. So this is good. The hane is good. So given what we talked about, white likes to have even exchanges, third line for fourth line and everything. So where black does have a bit of an advantage is black has white almost totally surrounded. So this kind of cross-cutting fight is good for black theoretically, or just theoretically speaking. And theoretically we mean Go theory speaking. You have the advantage in numbers, so you prefer to have as strong of a fight as possible, as big of a fight, as escalatory of a fight as possible. So and this is why white also does not accept a fight. White extends to the other side. So both sides are playing very, very well at the moment, and the strategies all make sense and everything. Good. White may consider just making another hane move and another crawling move before doing this for extra comfort. Okay. Yes, this extension is very, very sente. Black has very strong incentives to answer this. That's what makes this this very, very good. Black attaches. I see where black is coming from. You have to do something to white. You can't let white play another knight's move, for example. White would be very strong after that, and then black's cutting points would be very weak. The attach, though, here I will give black one more suggestion, which is this is not a shoulder hit move. This is a sort of a slide under white kind of move. And if white pushes into you, black can extend back, and this would do a great job of eliminating white's eye space. At the end of this exchanges, we can also see that all the black stones are participating in the attack, which is a very, very good thing. And we're still not worried about white pushing here and anything like that. So this would be more effective than just blocking here. White is sure to block on the second line. Surprisingly, no. No, here it comes. Hane on the second line, and at this moment, we will see that black probably will have to extend back, and the the 0405 stones are not very useful, or at least they're not participating in the attack against the white group, and so white settles easily. And that's why black plays feels like we have to play this blocking move. So this is good. Every step we have our objectives, our goals, and we're seeing how each successive move is putting more pressure sort of on ourselves as black here, which is very, very interesting. Hence the suggestion earlier of that second line blocking kind of shape is very, very recommended at this moment. Okay, white just connects. Okay, good. If white goes, I do recommend white going for the maximum punish, and then push through and trying to counter attack against black like this. It's unclear, but that would be very, very strong as well. It feels okay for white, but connect is also normal. White ends up getting the other hane and push and crawling moves. White is totally settled. I think there's no reason for white to be unhappy about this result. Okay, white goes on the top. I think in this game, black is clearly taking the offensive, and then I can't help but think or feel that black is letting a lot of these emotional responses or feelings influence how black approaches these positions. For example, and this is exactly how I play too. I am not happy just getting this corner or doing regular development, so I have to, I can't accept being behind. Therefore, I feel like I have to do something inside White's territory here, and nothing is gonna, it is not going to threaten White. Okay, so to some extent, this turning move is the same kind of thing. As you guys know, the first stage of falling behind in a game is denial, and for me, I suffer from this constantly as well. I've had many games where this sort of denial comes into play, and I found later when I'm reviewing the game, I'm like, I can't believe I didn't realize or couldn't accept being behind, this kind of thing. And what I found to be helpful was if I just pretended that I was my opponent for a second, then I look at the moves I'm making, and then from the opponent's perspective, just imagine myself as the opponent, and I would see if there's very easy counters to what I'm doing, or this kind of thinking. Just taking myself out of my own perspective for a moment, and then into my opponent's views, just really made me see the ridiculousness in my moves. And so on. I've played much more ridiculously, easy to counter moves than Black is doing in this game. So, all good. Yeah. For example, if White, if I put myself in White's shoes, I'll be like, wow, attachment against a 5th line move, and what are you gonna do? Continue to turn? Look how big my corner is. This is great. And then I would be like thinking like, you think you can attack my 2 stones, but I have extensions into the corner, and White is probably still stronger than Black. So from it's relatively easy to see, and it's a good exercise to do. If you don't have the luxury of time to do this in the game, do this in the review and pretend that you are the opponent. And if your moves turn out to be easy to answer, then you know that you should have picked something else. Alright, so in the game, White played this move, not as recommended, but this sort of reforms a well-known Joseki, which is that headbutt Joseki. So White is clearly playing not to fall behind, or like not to lose here. And so a few more safety moves, and this feels like a success for Black. Of course, compared to the Hane move, White's corner is greatly reduced, and Black's side is much more comfortable, and White's upper side group is not as strong. So a variety of good reasons make the game shape much better for Black. This is a key point, J15 right here with the Hane move. White should take it, and Black should play it as well. I can see how Black wants to be a little more aggressive and plays a jump, but this does open up this cut. For example, we have to Atari in response to the cut, and Black has weaknesses here. Or Black has a needless weakness. Good. White so far has played pretty perfectly. Everything has been pretty good. D16, we recommended something stronger. The previous few moves a bit stronger, but overall, the moves were pretty big. This move does not feel like it's very important, but I don't know what White is hoping to protect here, but an unnecessary move. If White wants to play some kind of protection move, trying to divide up Black's corner in this way would be much more preferred. After this, White is totally alive, and Black's territory is greatly reduced. Counterattack, of course, Hane here cut Black's position apart, would be very, very strong too. this move is very defensive, but at the same time, it also does not accomplish the defensive objectives that we're setting for white, that white would like to achieve, which is like 2 eyes and some territory value as well. Okay, the game moves on. I've mentioned before that typically who wins games is the player who is more aggressive and more ambitious tend to win games a lot, and when it comes to like whoever makes less mistakes, that sort of thing. Whoever makes less mistakes, that sort of thing does not actually predict who wins a lot. The player who is more aggressive usually, and who is more ambitious, usually does like somehow they just will their way to victory, it feels. So black in this game has this ambitiousness going for black. For example, the top is very weak. Black does not care, just continues to play very ambitiously. Black does have this going for black. However, white clearly played stronger quality moves so far. But this is where you can see here, white, after playing n16 and several moves on the top that were ignored, white clearly is much, much stronger than black is at the top. White may not have attacked in the most like this cut. White may not have attacked in the most logically sound way or things like that, but white should be doing very, very well, despite not attacking perfectly and everything. So when black plays this very unreasonable looking strong peep, white ends up defending, giving way, and then black ends up like taking care of the group with some territory, which is good. Overall, though, white clearly does have a bit of a advantage in this game, although the advantage is shrinking, I think, and it's hard to see who is actually ahead in this game. Okay, yeah, another unnecessary move, headbutting. Okay. It's not totally unnecessary, but okay. Yes, this Atari is good. Extend Atari. This is a very, very good moment for white, and seems like there's not much that black can do about it. Yes, the ko has to be played, but luckily for black, this ko is relatively heavy for white as well. For example, now capture the ko, and hopefully black is able to threaten the life of the white group after all. And a simple Atari would capture it. So this way, white really needed a super large ko threat, and the heaviness of the ko made white not able to find the ko threat. So definitely filling the ko would be good. So in the game, black ends up capturing a corner, white captures, resolves the ko. Good. Okay. Yeah, this is this looks very, very forced. Generally speaking, this is a fine shape, but black really needs to make this push and then destroy white's shape by cutting through the white lines like this. And this push will force white to block, and then black turns down, and this would be black securing a lot of territory. 50, 60, white has like 70 points, black has 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65. Still advantage white clearly, but this is how black has to proceed. So in the game, this is a So I've talked about the slap Ataris before, and this is a clear case of the slap Atari. Black makes a dumpling shape, and white this move is Sente, and then white can decide to go for this exciting stuff, or if white does not go for exciting stuff, just plays here. That's also very, very good. It's all much better than the game. Black probably needs to fix the cutting point. That cutting point is very, very severe. Okay, so this game settles down. Big advantage to white. The top right resulting in Ko ended up as a corner that was bigger than the corner that black captured. Moreover, white probably didn't deserve to capture any of this, because black's resolving of the Ko was Sente. So quite exciting. I'm glad to see such a very aggressive play style from black. Unreasonably aggressive. This reminds me a lot of myself when I play other professional players. Finding the good, the way to the way to be aggressive without being easily punishable is an art, and hopefully black will be able to do this kind of thing. Okay, so the first thing we talked about was here when recommended white to counterattack both of these. This Atari and the cut Atari are fine, and the connect left a lot on the table. The AI is pointing out a very good, very good train of thought here. And here, after white connects, black's weaknesses became much weaker on the cutting points and everything. But at the same time, black became much lighter. This is extend back at 3. This is exactly the bounciness of the shapes that we describe in many cases. Here, white is able to do some damage to black, but black is able to totally stay connected, stay alive, without giving white extra territory or ice space, which is extremely good. So this is a rare case in this game where the best move is much more aggressive than the actual game move by black. So this would be, since black played so aggressive the whole game, this would be a great example of how to be how to play aggressive and stronger, and when the best move is an aggressive move, that's the kind of move that we really don't want to miss as an aggressive Go player. A very, very good example there. The game got pretty close at this moment. Good. Black gained a little from living on the top, but white still had a bit of a advantage. Let's see what happened here with the Ko. Yes, the Ko. Responding to the Ko was a 16-point mistake by white. That's because black capturing the Ko, resolving it, is Sente, and this would have made the game a lot closer. This was a chance. Basically, black could have resolved the Ko in Sente, and did not. Good. Very nice. Whenever, if you can be an aggressive player, you can be a thick and solid player. Whenever the AI move is like in the last game, whenever the AI move is more aggressive than your move, it's like the prime time to study it and everything. And the last game, it involved leaving one of our weaknesses and then tenuki, which black did a lot throughout the game. So that one is looks like an a easily easy one to pick up, and it's called a low-hanging fruit in terms of improving our games. So cool. And we have our second game, two 4Q OGS players. They are 3Q and 5Q. Good. As we know, our rankings are super strong nowadays. Like the last game we saw between 2Qs, probably much stronger. The displayed skill level much stronger than the typical 2Q players that we see on all the Go servers. Except OGS. OGS has the strongest ranks, but at the expense of many rated games. Okay, totally by the book. I'm sure this move, completing the Joseki on the lower right, is superior to this move, which is completing the Joseki simply. This move is looking for more efficiency and will get it. This attack is very proper as well. So this second line peeping slide kind of move is very popular nowadays. What this move is most afraid of, how this move could lose the most, is not this move. Is not we may have seen Josekis that look like look like this kind of Joseki. It's not these, it's actually F2, and that's because white loses the most amount of territory in the corner after F2. E2 isn't even that bad because white can still block in Sente. White can still connect by capturing the one stone. Like this, for example. So the Hane will often be answered by a block, and therefore, in terms of how much territory white loses, F2 is the most severe punishment. Okay, so then now white is under a little bit of pressure to make a comfortable life in the black sphere of influence. Good. I would, as such, make a comfortable life. As such, I would highly recommend not missing a capture here. Maybe a capture like this, maybe a capture like this. If we're afraid of that fifth line cutting point, maybe a move like this. Also, this one we may not be able to totally capture black, although that may not be a bad thing. This may be a good result. So definitely at this moment, trying to save all of the white stones, not a good idea. So in the game, white tries to save all the white stones, ends up losing the two underneath, and black is able to keep the main part of black's territory. Should be a success for black. At this moment, black really wants to play the tight Hane, but somehow feels like he can't. In this case, having another peep helper stone could be the help that black needs. White Ataris here, we connect, and white is under a lot of liberty pressure, so white has to run, and this is fine. And when white plays a double Atari, now black has several good choices, including just extending back, and then white is still under a lot of liberty pressure. White has a very short amount of small number of liberties, and same with the other white group. And so this is white having a tough game. Like this is 11 Yesente 2. Okay, so in the game, black played a relatively loose jump out. Let's see how white plays. The outside in Atari is clearly the outside in Atari is a move. If black connects, this is very blobbed up shape, and black may, if black isn't able to connect to the one stone on the outside, this is going to be very bad for black. But even if black is able to connect, this is nothing special for white, for black either. So this is very uncomfortable to slow yourself down with the Atari. And the key here is if black plays anything that's not the connect, white already has the cutting point protected, and white can play the next step, which is cutting black, or jumping out, or pushing, or a total tanuki, without playing this capture move. This capture move is very, very slow at this moment. Okay, so by committing to this in the game, white slowed himself down a little bit and opened white up to a lot of risks, including this in Sente, and then turning rightwards, not attacking the middle here, turning rightwards, and there's all kinds of issues with white's liberties here. This is unstoppable. So white, if black gets white to play something unaggressive, another move, and white is totally captured in here in the center. This is a risk of slowing yourself down too much. So in the game, black simply blocks. This is a little bit of a breezer for white. At least now white can jump and run out, which is the other one, black really takes control of the Sente and the game and everything. Still, this black still maintains control of the game. White has 2 weak groups, black has no weak groups, and so then this fight, black has 1 weak group in the middle, but anyways, clearly advantageous for black in the game. But this moment, black goes for a pushing in move, but white ignores. Black pushes in again, white ignores again. This is a great moment for white. We can see how white has just solved a big problem with the middle group. White also surrounded a lot of territory, or gained a lot of thickness potential, and so white gained a lot. Well, what has black gained? Black went into this white's position in the middle. It's not clear. Black can capture a couple of stones, but that's not gonna. Black captures 2 stones, and that's not gonna be enough, because the 2 stones, it's only 4 points. It also made the middle black group super strong, so it does these 2 functions. But black spends a move, and white, gained more points, and also made the white group very, very strong. Okay, so the next part, the fighting continues to the rest of the board, and very interesting Joseki, kind of Joseki shape here. Strongest move for white now. Instead of attacking the stones at hand, just recognize if you have major weaknesses as white, and at this moment the top 3 stones is okay, the other 2 stones is the weakest white positions, and this turn is just perfect. It's the strongest attack and it's the strongest defense for white. Strongest attack against black, strongest defense against white. It's begging to play it. I am 95% sure this will be the blue move. It does so much. It's for sure to be Sente. Another jump is very likely to be Sente too. And then, after all of this, white may not feel like white has to do anything against the 2 black stones anymore. This was 1 stone black corner, white played a attachment, and this results, black's corner is reduced to 5-6 points. White makes a whole right hand side, and the top is settled. So white is clearly winning a lot on the development speed front. So here black sort of regains some efficiency by making this Panuki in the center. If black could Atari here, fight the ko, just find some ko threat, and fight the ko back, make white connect, and then play the game move, I think that would be perfect. This would be black regaining a lot of the efficiency that was giving up when black moved out that P16 cut stone. 7 might be a little better on the second line if white, if you can't seal white in anyways. And this is totally fine. This is totally fine. Okay. So in the game, black does jump. What we're worried about is white pushes, captures this, forces black to connect, and then white pushes through with the 2 liberties that white has. This is very, very dangerous. If we can't win the ko, black has to connect here or something. This is some significant gains for white. So good for white, good for black that white did not immediately prosecute this. Black Ataris here, this was suggested, very, very good. This is very, very good, very, very good attempt and everything. The only thing is, if black is not able to take back this ko and force white to connect, and black does not really have any ko threats right now. White's next move is to push here, and black needs to defend the corner, as we saw before. And white gains a lot from this. So this is very risky. The AI may give this a very, very bad score, but then it's just gonna tell black to connect or connect here. So you guys can see how this is just a more ambitious version, and it's only bad if you can't win the ko and force white to connect back. So white does counterattack. Great, great. The only thing here is this kind of makes the ko a little heavier for white too. If black does find a ko threat somehow, at least black's corner is protected now. But this is basically the counterattack that we talked about with white taking the ko. So in fact, it's probably better, because if white takes a ko, black probably has a connect move to stabilize the situation. So I like this more and more. The more I see it, the more I like it. So good job white here. And black ended up giving this up. So this is perfectly played by white. This M15 Atari looked like a slap Atari Sente, like a clear do. Now it is a clear waste of a move. So black lost another move here, which is probably 10-15 points, which is huge. So at this moment, white from gaining on the right hand side coming under attack, and then again on the top also coming under attack, dealing with attacks significantly well. White clearly has a strong advantage in this game at this moment. Yeah, black lost even more stones here, and saving the 1 stone just allows white to cut here and save everything. Clearly white is way ahead at this moment on the backs of very, very strong defensive play. Very good job, very good middle game here. However, this attach continued to develop from the attachment move from earlier. Play this way and then connect. This is normal. If black extends up, this is very similar to a previous Joseki, to a common Joseki. Right now, the most important thing is white does not actually want to develop the top side for white right now, because notice how strong white's beehive multiple panuki shape is on the right hand side. The top, no matter how many points the top it looks like white will get on the top, it's going to be half as much as black gets on the left. And then so it's already not as big, and on the second hand, white deserves much more than equality on the left hand side, based on all of this strengths. maybe equality is about correct, but anyways, that would not be a winning exchange. So the following few moves we'll see both sides not play at the most important spot on the board, region on the board, which is the left-hand side. This region is the most important on the board because white has a weak group in the middle. It has it's the widest, it's the most empty part of the board left, and white has an attachment stone at D14, which is another weak stone that that gains a lot. If white surrounds 10 points here, it's hard to imagine white having less than 50-50 with black, on the top left quadrant of the board. So this is the most important spot region on the board right now. And so white's move, so between this white move here and the black move here, white plays at a slightly more important location. Okay, good. So here, trying to destroy territory right next to the opponent's thickness is not recommended, and this game shows exactly why. You're not going to be able to destroy all of the white territory, and if God forbid the upper left corner gets under attack and white just plays a simple extend down and then an extension, and then he plays another connecting extension move, already you remember the quadrant, top left quadrant was probably about even. Now it's clearly much bigger for white, and in fact here this capture is very likely Sente, and this is just a specific important spot. Okay. So then in that case, this attack is not actually in the right direction, but black is in so much danger that black is going to find it very difficult to not go for what black does in the game, which is trying to break through white's containment and connect to the center. Okay. Very good. And white plays this move. Play a more aggressive tiger mouse. Develop more to the left. It's a little better. And while you are at that, why not go further and play this move? I think this would be better too. And while we are at this move, why not play this move? This would be the most beautiful move of all. And look, if black cuts, you capture the stones this way. If black pushes, we're blocking. And if we can form this line and connect and everything, white would make so much territory on the left-hand side. Okay, a bit of a missed opportunity, but still at this moment it's still very okay. White needs to play this move to make sure that white's connected, but the game move is very similar, and I think this is fine. But so remember, in this case the tighter surround is actually better. It's okay to not go for the tight surround, but it's very important to get ourselves the 10 points on the side. For one thing, these 10 points that white surrounds here also limits, probably 5 to 10 points from black, and it's safety for the entire white group. And it takes away black's eye space, so it's a clear do. The game is okay too, but I think so this headbutt, attach over here, keep yourself as much territory as possible is recommended. This headbutt right here is very much like black's foray into these sort of into your opponent's heartland without being able to do damage. That it's similar to what black did earlier at m5 and n5. So white, white, at the end of the day, white spends a few moves trying to cut the middle black from his home. But at the end of the day, white connects, and white headbutts, white connects, and white connects and connects. And at the end, does white play the cut? Yes, white cuts. So white spent multiple moves cutting the middle black group off. At the same time, black already made a lot of territory on the left, probably 10 more points, and took away 10 more points that we recommended white to make earlier. So the balance of territory, black is making, producing and working, while white was not. And so this difference is gonna make it very challenging for white in the following fight. White goes back and makes territory, which is good. Yes, this connect we talked about, important for both sides. And in the game, black ended up getting it in Sente. Very good job by black. Ends up connecting here. This was what we talked about earlier with p6. Already able to capture. This allowed black to connect and save the 2 stones and capture 5 white stones in exchange for that 1 black stone. So very good, very interesting set of attack and defenses in the late game. No group actually died, but at the end of this, black ended up winning because at the second half of the game, black played a lot of moves that were on point on the territory. Black is ahead by 5 points in the end. By the way, a remarkably good endgame here. Very stable. Neither side, no big ups and downs in this endgame. Very well played endgame. But this game was very interesting. At this moment, black had a big advantage. We pointed out this headbutting move. We didn't like it. Good. Only for 5 points. Not as bad as feared. But the follow-ups also lost a few more points. Still not so bad. We pointed out this running the 1 stone out in the middle, and this gave white a huge opportunity. The perfect move was the strongest defense and the strongest attack. And yes, no doubt, this was the blue AI move. Strongest defense and strongest attack. It's never bad. Okay, so this part, white sort of lost a lot again, and at this moment, when black tried to get this Atari move, was not able to do it. Very good counterattack by white, forced out a connect defense, and white was able to get this very nice beehive, super strong position. When black continued to press the attack, white captured even more like this. This was just perfect. This Atari we talked about, and that capture is Sente, so it's all good. We talked about the top. These will not be at the most important spot, but the 1 white move is not as bad as the black move, or the white move is bigger than the black move, saving the 1 stone. And at this moment, white had a very good game. We did talk about this extend down and making an extension. Good. So we covered. We were able to cover most of this. Black recovered from gaining a lot of territory on the left and still surviving in the middle, and ended up taking a small lead into the late game. Note how also black, in the process of surviving, also destroyed white's topside territory. Very instructive game, this one, and it's very good. It's a very good show of defender's advantage, where a lot of the mistakes or were things going wrong were attacks that went wrong, and the defending side was able to gain a lot. Great, and we have come to the last game here. This is Enrique Garcia, the famous tournament director in California. I don't know, there are two Memorial Day Go tournaments coming up in California, so not sure if Firefox 711 is gonna direct one of them or not. We will see. Lots of Go tournaments coming up in the Memorial Day weekend in the US, by the way. Okay, back into this game. This is Joseki. It's totally okay. Very impressed that both sides figured this out. Good. Good. This is probably about right. Black gets a corner and the sente. White gets a very nice left and right and safety. So seems okay. Very AI approved opening sequences. The Joseki is just jump, and if you see where black is gonna play, we see Y, jump, and then it's all good. When white blocks, black will probably could play the same thing, and it's like white needs to play another defensive move here. Of course, the real risk is black cutting, and if white ends up losing a stone here, black no longer needs to play in the corner anymore, and this is the biggest risk here. That's why the Joseki move is to jump. Okay, black defends, white plays here. Very aggressive, again, I like it. Push, Atari. Okay, this is probably good. This is probably fair. This is what's called a vulgar move, or a so this exchange, it doesn't hurt white because the push has to be blocked anyways, but it hurts black a little by taking away a liberty, and this liberty comes into play right away in this shape. With a liberty, black can jump out. Without a liberty, black cannot jump out. Black has to bamboo, and this slows black down a little and allows white to jump ahead. Jump ahead, or whenever you slow yourself down, even if you can win the fights, such as capture the white stones, it's not gonna be good because you've slowed yourself down and you will not be efficient. Okay, a provocative knight's move, asking to be cut. Black does go for the cut, and it's a trap. Atari, no! No, I don't know if white prepared the trap with the knight's move, or if white read things out and thought the knight's move is connected and safe, I can play the knight's move, or if white just simply played the knight's move because white felt like it. That would be the most fortunate trap ever laid, like laying a trap without even realizing it. Anyways, black falls for it, and unfortunately this is a huge loss for black. The two stones get laddered, and white is totally sick, totally alive. Black has no more potential territory on the top, and the middle group is in severe danger now, given how strong white is. And given that white played very aggressively earlier, white continues with this cut, and it totally works. This is a clinic. White is putting on a clinic on how to play Go here. Okay. At this moment, typically speaking, this is what black is looking for. White has one too many weaknesses on the outside to hold black straight in, and black would die afterwards. Given that capturing is not possible, a very good recommendation now is to just make the strongest strengthening move for yourself possible For example, in this case, this Atari is a great one. When black connects out, white can just continue to attack this group, or in the words of my generation, in the words of my pre-millennial generation, white is gonna dog the black group. Dog as in follow, and just follow it, and just surround territory on the left and right, and wherever black goes, white surrounds like black plays a move, white makes more territory. Black plays a move, white makes a territory. And so at the end, if black is fortunate enough to make 2 eyes at the end, white would have made so much territory that white is gonna win the game by a lot. So very comfortable way to attack after you just self-strengthen and think of nothing else. And yes, of course, we can just let black out, and it's also good. Okay, anyways, this is just a very, very good game for white. In the game, something very similar happens. The only flaw here for white, or blemish here for white, is white's group is not entirely alive on the top, but here is where capturing those 2 stones are so helpful for white, being able to live over here. This is painful to see for black here. Yeah, very, very good game played by white. Yeah, at the end here, black is not able to basically get any territory, unfortunately. Most important thing for white right now is this cut in the middle, and the most important thing for black is to get some kind of desperate counterattack against white on the outside. Yeah, this corner is, damn it, this corner is still a problem. Very unfortunate here. So the corner is missing a move too, and this is what really... Oh, right, I remember now. Black made this connect. A big... black needs to capture here, and the corner would be fine. The connect in the game allowed white to play this move in Sente against the corner. But okay, let's just pretend that neither side saw that coming, and they're just gonna continue to fight in the middle, which is all good. So here, this is the most important, this is one of the most important spots on the Go board right now. The key for white is to use this ko-aji, this one, to force black to defend right here, and then white can not only secure the corner but also connect and secure everything. So this Hana is very, very big territorially, but obviously the outside black group is in limbo right now. Black is not sure if we're not sure if black can survive or not. So attacking the outside would be Sente for sure. So for the aggressive all game kind of play from white, I'm surprised white did not go for the cut, but that's okay. So white headbutts and peeps, and then extend down. Very, very nice. This is exactly the just strengthen yourself as much as possible kind of move, kind of attack that we talked about earlier. And white continues to hold total control over the game, and white does play very well at this moment. White does play a few moves that saves the 2 stones, but goes right back into securing the bottom territory, and there's just no coming back from a territory perspective from black here. here the move is to block here, and no matter how black connects home, white can Atari, and be alive. Oh, I think this is already alive from white. So in the game, when white played a move here, there's a bit of a risk with this Atari, and maybe white maybe white is not able to totally survive with this group. In fact, this is kind of close. I think this is yeah, this is I think white is gonna die here. Nice. White's still winning the game because of the top right, but so this is for sure a needless death. Just whenever you are so this is a moment where the thickness principle comes into play late in the game. So if white blocked on this side, I'm sure it's also okay. White blocked black from connecting to the thick and safe corner. The most important thing here is to make yourself the ice space. That would have been fine. The game was fine too. Black just connects, and we revert back to the shape we would have had if white played the correct squeezing move. Black dice. A very pretty surround on the outside. This didn't. Wow, did this matter? Well, this was. Yeah. White should just survive and make two eyes. White went for this. I'm not sure if this mattered. Push this. I think black at least is able to survive this way. When black Ataris, white has to capture the inside. This allows black to survive again, but that would not have changed the results of the game. But in the game, this was white barely winning by one liberty again. So most exciting finish at the end here. Just remember, guys, when you have your opponents dead, you don't have to block him. You don't have to tear him to pieces. You can. The suffocation method is always better, and that almost always involves just live yourself, and he's gonna die. Okay, good. A very, very good and exciting set of games. See you guys next week, and good luck to all the players. So Yilun Yang is coming up here in the main room at 8:30, and cool. Good. See you guys next time.